Hey Taurus, welcome in. This is your February 23rd to the 28th Sun, Moon, Rising Taurus reading. We are talking about twin flames and soulmates and what is going on with that situation. This is a general read, so if the storyline, I'm going to try to see as much as I can. If a storyline doesn't resonate with you, then the message is not for you. So here we go. We are looking at you and a soulmate or someone you're connecting with right now. What is, that storyline, okay? So we're going to do 3, 3, and 3 like we normally do. 3 for you, 3 for the person you're connecting with, and then 3 for the connection itself. And then we'll talk. Okay, so here we go. All right, Taurus, underneath 4 of Cups. That's, I don't know, a little depression or a little bit like this. Sometimes I feel it's sadness. Sometimes I feel it's pouting, right? Like you're determined not to see the cup that's being handed to you, even focus so much on these other 3 cups that you're sort of missing it. You're really not seeing it, Taurus, and a little stubborn. So, interesting, very interesting what's going on here. So I changed decks. Sometimes I just do that. I'm like, okay, I feel like I need to freshen up. So, all right, so you may be feeling this way, 4 of Cups, because in the past you have been hurt. So you may be holding on to that a little bit. And sort of like bound and determined, King of Swords here, to not get taken again or not get burned or something. But there is love here. You're feeling love. Your person is also going through the same thing. Queen of Pentacles. So very nurturing person here for you, Taurus. This is, technically, this is your card, but a nice match because they are very, they're speaking your love language, okay? That's what that is. They're speaking your love language. Here comes another piece of video up. La, 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 la. Okay, so they're speaking your language in terms of nurturing, which is good because I think that's taking you out of your funk here and allowing you to feel something. So that's nice. And then just so you know, just so for good measure, they're also going to share with you their, not sob stories, but their war wounds, all right? So that's good in the sense of like camaraderie and building a good foundation with each other. That's a really good thing. Don't let it linger too long because you don't want to start like being in that energy of being hurt, right? You want to be in a good energy. So this is what is happening. 3 of Wands, the universe is delivering your dream come true. And it is, well, Emperor is about control, but it's also about like doing the right thing, doing a good thing, being in charge of things. And like if your story here about the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups has been about being hurt, the 9 of Wands being hurt, this now is about, there is a determination here, okay? The 2 of you. There is a real determination here not to get hurt. And the only problem with that is that love is all about vulnerability. You really, it's really hard to open up your heart if you're not going to open up your heart. That's a challenge. So even though both of you are sort of like on the same side of this fence, like, yeah, this happened to me, and did that happen to you too? Yeah, that happened to me. You know, that whole like camaraderie thing. Now, what needs to happen, what will be good, constructive, in order building, if you're talking about building a real foundation for a real relationship, not just a, hey, I got screwed, how about you? Or I got burned, how about you? Then there needs to be something else. There needs to be a movement, an actual conscious choice to shift away from this stuff, right? The woe is me, the war stories and all of that stuff, to love. And okay, so what do we want to do differently? Because now you guys both agree. You're in charge of the situation. The both of you agree. Like, oh yeah, that was really bad. Oh yeah, that really hurt me. Oh yeah, that was not a good thing. So if you're both in agreement, okay, it's like now you need to sit down and negotiate the terms of this new relationship, which is going to be totally different, and you're going to learn from all those mistakes. It's not just about banning, okay? It's not just about building a wall so that we're not connecting in a way that promotes love, although this could certainly be that, okay? If there's two choices here. You can go the route of becoming vulnerable, which is definitely the star here because she's naked, she doesn't need clothing, it's about being vulnerable and open to love and all of those good things, and sharing the Two of Cups up here. Now, if you go into this Emperor, everything in moderation, right? I love Cheetos. I love ice cream, right? Bad stuff. I don't eat them very much anymore, but I used to love them a lot. And I used to say to somebody, a friend of mine who really is very good at dieting, okay? I'm not good at dieting. I'm not. But what I do works for me, right? It may not work for anybody else. What works for me is if I am craving a brownie, if I am craving chocolate, if I am craving something, a little mouthful will do me. If I get really strict with myself and I'm like, I am not eating that brownie, no matter what, I'm going to eat a carrot, you're going to find me in a closet with a pan full of brownies. Maybe not today, but eventually. So that's the whole point of this, is if you try and be so strict with yourself and like, I'm not doing that again, to the point where you're excluding actually loving behavior, then you're going to find yourself in a non-loving situation. And that's just almost as bad as this, right? It's almost as bad as this. So you're either ready or you're not. And if you're not ready, that's fine. But just be honest about it, because the universe is delivering to you this relationship, and this relationship has a really good chance of being a real relationship, a real loving relationship. Two of Cups, Star, Three of Wands. So no matter the situation, we're really talking about this guy. How much control, and this guy, how much control are you willing to put on this to keep yourself safe, as opposed to going to a nurturing place, which your person, I think, gets, as opposed to going to a more nurturing place where this is about you and me together. And if there are problems or there are situations, we handle them together. It's about us against the problem. It's not about you against me, okay? And if you get into this you against me thing, you're gonna lose the loving nature of this relationship. The camaraderie that you have built over the war stories of the past will be like, oh, see? You can't do it, right? Your partner will just be like, oh, wow. We spent hours and days and nights and weekends talking about all this stuff, and yet here we are again. So that's going to destroy your credibility with your person here. And this is about really learning those lessons. I think the Aquarius reading today was the same thing. It's really about learning and incorporating those lessons versus just going, yep, got it. I won't do that again. And then removing all the behavior around that, when moderation of that behavior could be good, right? Like, don't be a doormat. Stand up for how you feel. Say, you know what? I was waiting for you and you were really late. And I remember us talking about this. This is one of the things your ex-girlfriend really hated about you. And yet you're still doing it. Just because you heard me and you said, yeah, that was not really a good thing to do. Now you need to learn that lesson. And employ some loving behavior here, which I believe the Queen of Pentacles and the Star is teaching you. So we're going to go into this a little more depth. We're going to get 3 cards for you in terms of what you might need to learn, the things you really need to incorporate to make this relationship work. 3 messages to you from this person, what they really need, what they really want, be really good behind the scenes information. And then 3 cards for how this plays out. I also want to get a sense of this Emperor. Is he a good witch or a bad witch, right? Like, is he helpful in terms of providing structure, right? Or is it too much? Okay. We'll also ask for guidance from the universe, and Archangel Michael will show up too. All right. So there's a link below for the extendeds in February, and there's a long list. There's like 70 videos in there. So you're going to go scroll all the way down, okay, and click on the appropriate one. This is Taurus. All right. I will see you on the other side. Where's my cursor?